Hello there, welcome to this presentation. First I want to welcome you to this channel whereby we talk about IELTS, IELTS, and also we deal with nursing opportunities. Now, many people have been asking me whenever they call whether they need to take IELTS General or IELTS Academic. And that's the reason why in this video we're going to talk about the differences between IELTS General and IELTS Academic. And we also look at who should take the general module and who should take the academic module. So basically, the two types of modules are different, and it is your institution that tells you which one to take. Mostly you'll find that professionals going to work in specialized places, say for example nurses, medical doctors, such will have to take academic IELTS, but the regulatory bodies are the ones that will prescribe the type of IELTS that they are going to take. For IELTS General, you may find that people who are going to do technical work that is not highly specialized, may need to take IELTS General training. It's usually called or abbreviated as IELTS GT. But people have for a long time not known the differences, and this kind of confuses. So today we are going to look at the differences, but before we look at the differences, it's very important that we look at the similarities between these two. So the both IELTS types, the purpose is to take you abroad, mostly the native English-speaking countries that ask for them because they want to examine or to know your level of English. So when we talk about these IELTS, in both exams you will have to take 4 papers. When we talk about papers, we are saying that you will have to do a listening exam, you do a speaking exam, you will do a writing exam, and you will do a reading exam. So for both IELTS Academic and General, the listening exam is the same. When you have booked, you are person A, you have booked for IELTS Academic, person B has booked for IELTS General. You will sit in one class and you'll do the same exam for the listening. So even the materials for preparation are the same, and exactly everything is exactly the same. There's no difference between IELTS General and IELTS Academic in terms of the listening exam. Now for the speaking exam also is the same. The format, the time, the type of questions, the approach, the everything is the same for both IELTS General and IELTS Academic. Now when it comes to writing, because writing has 2 parts which are called tasks, we have writing task 1 and writing task 2. Writing task 2 is the same for both IELTS General and IELTS Academic, and this involves an essay. Whether you are taking whatever type of IELTS you're taking, for IELTS writing task 2, you're going to do an essay and follow the typical essay structure of an introduction, body paragraphs, and conclusion. So those are the similarities between IELTS Academic and IELTS General. And if you look at those similarities, they make like more than 50% of the exam, because listening a whole paper, speaking a whole paper, writing more than 60% of the paper. So the entirety, this is more than 50% of the papers you take in IELTS, and that tells you that both IELTS Academic and IELTS General are more similar than they are different. Now let's look at the differences between these 2 exams. So the first difference is in writing, the writing paper. And this difference will come in writing task 1, whereby in academic IELTS, you will be given a figure to interpret, and an example can be a graph. I'm going to show you an example of task 1. And actually, I think I should show you right. So I'm going to show you a sample of writing task 1, and what you can see on your screen right now is a writing task 1 paper. It comes with instructions. You can see that you are told to spend about 20 minutes on this task. And this is a bar chart. That's the topic they are given for you. And the chart, this is just a sample, looks like this. So you work in writing task 1 in academic. You're going to analyze the chart and write a report of about 150 words. Actually, you are told to write not less than 150 words. So you'll be writing about 160 to 180 words around that. So this is just a sample of writing task 1, and this is what you are required to do. So next then, I should show you a sample of writing task 1 in IELTS General. So this is a sample of writing task 1 in IELTS General, and you can see that you are to write a letter. So I'm just going to read it, since this one is not as visible as the diagram in the previous example. So the question says, you and your family are living in rented accommodation in an English-speaking country. You are not satisfied with the condition of some of the furniture. Write a letter to the landlord. In your letter, 1, introduce yourself. 2, explain what is wrong with the furniture. And say what action you would like the landlord to take. Write at least 150 words. You do not need to write any addresses. Begin your letter as follows. Dear, like that. So this is a letter that you write in writing task 1, general IELTS. So that's the difference in writing. Writing task 1 in IELTS constitutes about a third of the marks in the writing paper. So, as we have seen, just to summarize, the difference in writing is that in academic writing, you interpret a figure. In GT, you write a letter. Now, the next difference between these two exams is reading, the reading paper. The reading paper in IELTS academic consists of 3 passages. Each passage, you do it in 20 minutes. And each passage has about 13 to 14 questions. The entire exam has 40 questions. So you do it in 1 hour. Now, for academic reading, for IELTS reading in GT, general training, the exam is not very much different, but instead of 3 passages, you may have 4 or 5 passages. And the passages may be shorter, and getting answers in IELTS GT is usually easier than getting answers in IELTS academic. So you will realize that if you do an IELTS academic paper, you get a 30/40. You do a GT paper, you may get a 36/40. The next difference in these 2 papers is the scores. So you realize that the scores are different in the manner in which they are distributed, such that you need to score higher in IELTS GT to get the same band score with someone scoring the same marks in IELTS academic. So just to show you what I mean by the scores, this is a chart showing how the scores are the band scores are distributed according to the marks that you have received. And if you get, for example, let's say you get a 30/40, 31/40, 32/40 in IELTS reading academic, AC for academic. If you get anything between 30 to 32, then you have a band 7. However, if you get anything between 30 and 31, you get a band 6 in GT. If you get 32 to 33, you get a band 6.5 in GT. So for you to get a band 7 in GT, you have to get a minimum of 34, whereas in academic, you need to get a minimum of 30 to get a band 7. So even though getting answers in IELTS GT is a bit easier, then you need to get more band scores. You need to get a higher score for you to get the same band score in IELTS GT. So that's all I had for you today. I just want to thank you a lot so much for spending time to listen to this video. In case you have questions, you can leave them in the comment box, and I'm going to act on them accordingly. So till we meet in the next video, I want to wish you the best. Thank you very much.